So, welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we're doing the Downstream O2 sensor, which is right by the exhaust manifold, as you can see. Alright, so we had to push the exhaust back a little bit. As you can see, it's just to get the socket in there and the wrench, and we were able to do that. So now we got that in there. We're just gonna try to snap that. Seems like it's on very, very tight. So maybe I should spray it with some WD-40 or something. But we'll see. Alright guys, so we're trying to change this oxygen sensor. It's just not enough space to use the other tool. So I brought out the 22mm right there. But that's really tight. Get the camera steady. So what I'm gonna do is I got this rust remover, and I'm gonna just spray it on there. And honestly, I don't think we're gonna get this done today. So with that being on there, we're gonna let that sit for maybe an hour or two, or possibly even a couple days. Spray some more on there, just to get all that buildup off, so that we can be able to remove that without, you know, de-threading anything or damaging the exhaust line and the catalytic converter and everything else. Alright, so that's all we did for today, and we'll continue this video after that thing. So in the previous video we did the upstream. This has already been loose, and I got that free by using this blaster. I sprayed that thing for days at a time and let it sit there. Then I used the flathead. That's another thing I did. Let me see if I can find a flathead screwdriver. I used the flathead and I scraped in between, like a smaller flathead, just scraped all the rust in between that. And then I sprayed it some more. And I never thought I could get this out, because it was just so hard. Because every time you try to turn that, this whole piece moves, which makes it hard. But what I did is I held it with one hand here, and I turn that in the opposite direction. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty, or time is tight. So if you're going clockwise, you're going according to time, that's going to be tightening it up. So that's already loose, as you can see. Now we just use our hand to manually turn that. Alright. Time is tight, so you're going counterclockwise all the time. And that's the downstream. As you can hear, people are showing off. That's the Downstream O2 sensor. Maybe I need to pop these clips up so I can make it easier on myself. So I take those clips off so I can rotate that. See that? That thing was hard to get off, man. It almost stripped something. Look at that piece. Look at that piece. That piece was so hard. So the problem with this though, it goes into the vehicle. So now we gotta go up in the vehicle, open some pieces up to be able to get that piece off and be able to hook the new one up. Alright, I'll show you how to do that. Let's go. This is the interior of the vehicle. We gotta take the carpet off. Believe it or not, that thing runs from the underneath to somewhere here, and right there is where it's hooked up. So I gotta figure out a way to unhook these things right here. It seems like I could pop those off manually. What I'm trying to do is get that carpet off. I'll put this camera away for a second. This was right here. I got two clips that you just pop out. So I popped that one out. That was right there. That's out. The carpet I kind of dug out from underneath there. Still not in the clear yet though, but we're almost there. I'm gonna try to just, you see that? Just unroot that out. And I want to get underneath all of this. And voila. That's the O2 sensor right there. See that? It's behind something. I need to see that connection. So I'm gonna put the camera away. Just see if I can be able to get back there and see how that's connected. But I can touch the piece it's connected to. And that's the O2 sensor. Alright. I think that's it. Let's see if there's anything else underneath here. There's nothing else underneath there. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. That's cold air coming in. I'll take care of that later. Put that back in. Alright, anyway, let me try to figure that out. I'll get back with you. Now, bring the camera there. You see that? That's the O2 sensor, and it's hooked up to that black piece right there. See that piece? That's what the cable is hooked onto. Got this phone in my hand with the light. So this wire is hooked up to that piece. So what I'm gonna do is try to unplug that piece, okay? Wish me luck. So what I did was I pushed that down and pulled that out. So now this is free. The only thing about this is I gotta disconnect these 4 wires. Alright. In order to be able to get this out. That's just the way they make it. Don't ask me why. I gotta figure out a way to disconnect these wires. Maybe a small flathead will do the trick. The reason why I know that's how they make it is because the new one that came doesn't have those wires hooked up. So maybe I push those 2 in. I need a flathead. I'm just being lazy to go grab it. Let me do that. Alright. See that? I need to get that out, I think. We're gonna figure this out together, y'all. I need to get that out. Because without damaging anything, obviously. Okay. That's out now. Let's see. I don't know. I'll get back to y'all on that. But the one I bought, the new one, has these wires just separate. I gotta figure out a way to work this. We'll see. That's why we do these videos, so we'll figure it out together. So this is the new one that I bought, and as you can see, they're all separate. It came like this. And then these pieces. So from what I'm seeing, I may need to get them all in these little gray things right here, but we'll see. Another thing I can do, to be honest with everybody, I can just cut these wires, go upstairs and solder it, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Save myself some headache. I am going to cut these wires right down here. Go upstairs, I got my soldering iron. I'm going to solder these into that one and just plug that one back up. And this piece right here, I'm just going to not use at all, because this connection looks a little different from that, but the color of the wires are the same. I see two whites, a black, and a gray. So let's get the snips and cut. Gotta come ready. I got these wires here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut that right there. See that? That gives me enough room for error when I solder the other one. And this, I'm just gonna push underneath the car. Because that's where the other, take that out. Or maybe I'll go underneath the car and just yank that out. We'll do that. Maybe I need to solder it up here. We'll see. Because this is a pain in the neck. Let's see if I can take this out. So when I solder the wire, I need to make sure they run through this. And that one I can just drop. So solder the wire. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna really be interesting. I might have to solder that thing. Let's see, we're gonna figure it out though. Alright. So I have a video on soldering, so I'm not gonna cover that here. But this is a stripper. You see these little marks? You just wanna find the right one. You squeeze one of those wires and you slide it through once you get the right circle. And it takes away the plastic without taking away the metal. So I did that for these 4, which go with the piece in the car. And these are to the new oxygen sensor. So now I'm just gonna match color by color, hook it up, and from there I solder, okay? So I just want to get the bare wires to match each other, and we'll do that and start soldering. So I got this flux. This is flux. When I take a little bit, I want to rub it all on the wires, and I've already done that. Like I said, I got a video on soldering. My soldering iron is heating up, almost hot. Not gonna do it. Left the camera stand downstairs, so pretty much you don't want to touch the soldering thing on there. You want to let it drip on the wire. So you put the soldering wire on the soldering iron, and you want it to melt and kind of drip. Alright, on there. I'm gonna need both hands for that. Pretty much I'm gonna solder these 4 wires together. Catch you all when it's done. I think the best soldering job but it does the job. Those are all connected. Now what I'm gonna do is take some of this black electrical tape and wrap it around those individual pieces. All right. So put the electrical wire around it, electrical tape, and this is my new oxygen sensor. New right here to this old piece right here, all soldered in one. And we're gonna take this show back on the road downstairs to attach it to the vehicle. All right, wish me luck. So what I just did was I dropped the new O2 sensor in there. I'll figure it out down there how to get it out. Pretty sure I can figure that out. Okay, so we're gonna drop that back in there. Push that down. I want it to be snug. That's decent. Alright. And now this piece I need to reattach. See, it snaps in, but I'm working blind, so I need to look in there and snap it on. There's a piece it snaps into. Alright, so I'll cut the camera off and see if you look at it. You can see where I snapped that piece on, okay? And that's the wire down. Now we're gonna go underneath the cup. So what I know for a fact is somewhere in here, I got my O2 sensor. See that piece, I don't know what that is. But yeah, you see that? Right in there. So I'm just gonna pull that down a little bit. Try to get my view. This is the Downstream O2 sensor. Struggling with one hand. I don't wanna rip that. So, I don't know what that is. I think I need to figure out a way to get that buried in there again. Whatever that is, I don't think it should be doing that. So a little damage right there. It's mostly cosmetic. Now, finally got the new O2 sensor right here. Try to zoom off for y'all real quick. Alright. Got the new sensor. Take the plastic off. Hook it on. And just manually turn it. Oh, I know what that piece is. I know exactly what that piece is, and I'll get it. I want to get it as tight as possible. So that piece this is the piece where the wire needs to be attached so it doesn't move around. So I'm going to take a zip tie, 2 zip ties, and tie that down. Take my 22mm and tighten that up, and we all good. Alright? Alright, y'all. I got 2 zip ties. So I'm gonna need both hands, but I'm gonna use these 2 zip ties to zip this down and tie the wire there. Alright? Alright, so I got the 2 zip ties on. As you can see. Now, take my 22, and remember, time is tight. Time is always tight for a guy like myself. Don't have that much time, so that works perfectly. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Your time is tight. Don't want to get it too tight, but that's that. Downstream oxygen sensor is back on. I did the upstream one earlier, and for the upstream one, what I forgot to show y'all is a cover. This cover right here that I took off, and I'll reattach that cover. You got these screws right here that I used, but that's not necessary. You're gonna have to figure out that you need to take that cover off. But this one is good. Maybe I'll tighten it up just a little bit more. Remember, time is tight, right? Boom, one more go. And that's that. Downstream oxygen sensor right by the exhaust manifold. Alright, we're gonna fire the hole and see what happens. See what happens. Hit the start button. Alright. All set. So now I'm just gonna throw this cover on that I took off from the front, and then we're good to go. Once again, that's how you change the downstream oxygen sensor. A couple more things. Let's get back in the cab. As you see, I didn't do a lot of ripping. Just gotta figure out how to get these carpet back on. I'm just gonna lift and slide the carpet back in, literally. I didn't do too much as far as I'm trying to do too much damage to it. So it shouldn't be that bad. Just gonna lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Same over there. Gonna need both hands, alright? Yep, lift and tuck. And that's all good. These two yellow pieces should snap somewhere over here. And that's that. Take this carpet, got a vacuum. And that's how you change the oxygen sensor, the downstream oxygen sensor in 2014 Kia Soul. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot more work to do. All right.